In Lab 10, we'll get introduced to the idea of pen testing, which is a key part of ethical hacking or black hat hacking. This is the network topology, and we'll use several tools in the lab, including Nessus, Traceroute, Nmap, pfSense, and OpenVAS. Now, in section 1, let's start with part 1. What we'll do is we'll verify the configuration of the pfSense firewall. As you saw in the network topology, the firewall is sitting in the middle of the network, and we are verifying what kind of network traffic is allowed and what is blocked. So most of part 1 is just gonna be about looking at settings. We are not gonna change anything, but it's important to do that before starting to perform this reconnaissance step. Now we are looking at the firewall virtual IPs. We'll also take a look at the NAT or network address translation rules. Right now you can see we have NAT from one IP, and then we are going to go into the rules section. Now these are the rules for the WAN interface, and this is for the LAN interface. We have a whole bunch of rules for this. Please go through these different protocols as well as what they're supposed to do. I'm not going to go through each one, but what we are doing here is just basically confirming that yeah, these are the rules that are already configured on the firewall. As a result, when we try to scan these devices from outside, so what a hacker would do, some of these would be allowed, some of them will not be allowed. So let's go ahead and take a look at the reconnaissance step. So what we are looking at is called an attacker kill chain. So the steps an attacker goes through to exploit a system. We're going to go into the remote Windows desktop. We'll use a tool called Nessus to perform the reconnaissance step, where we will scan a system for vulnerabilities. There are other tools for this, but Nessus is pretty popular. Because I already logged in, I did not have to enter the username and password, but for the first time you might have to enter those. Now after logging in, we'll create a new scan, and as you can see, there are a whole bunch of different types of scan that you can create. We are using just a basic network scan. And we'll perform the scan for two machines. One is 1.1 and the other one is 1.3. You save the scan, then you're going to launch the scan. The scan itself is going to take a few minutes. I'm going to fast forward, but it may take anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes or even longer. After the scan is completed, you should see that green uh, arrow, that those are moving right now. You should see a tick mark, and the scan is completed now. You go inside, and we are looking at the number of vulnerabilities for each host. You can see that for these two hosts, we have many different vulnerabilities as well as their CVSS score. Basically, that means how severe the vulnerability is. You can see the details of the vulnerability on the right hand side. Now, what we are going to do is we'll go back to the vWorkstation, and then we'll go inside pfSense, and we will disable or delete some of these rules. Now what are these rules doing? The rules allow certain type of traffic inside the system, and we are removing those. You can read the details in the description. We are removing 3 rules from the WAN rules, and then we are going to go to LAN and we'll remove the first one. And it's allowing Look at that. So it's allowing many different traffic, which is the default allow. And if we remove that, then those traffic would be blocked. And we are going to verify that by running the scan again. So we had more than 60 vulnerabilities. Because we already configured the scan, we don't need to configure it. We just need to launch it. And this scan is going to be a lot faster than the previous one, maybe even under a minute. And the scan is completed now. We'll go inside and see if the number of vulnerabilities has changed. We'll select the current one. And after removing all the firewall rules, we should not see any more vulnerabilities here. We'll take a screenshot, and that's all. Thank you.